Hello, everybody. It's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. What is true family? What is family exactly? Now that I have returned from the movie theater, finally, after 2 years with all of this nonsense, and I'll leave it at that, I finally was able to see Black Widow in the movie theater, and I know that there's been a lot of talk going on from my contemporaries who consider themselves critics specifically because they are comic book fans who think they know everything about movies. Well, this, my friends, is a critique. I am a critic, which means I critique based on fundamentals of writing, seeing as how that's what I am, directing, cinematography, so on and such and such. Now, does that make me better than all of you? Many things make me better than all of you. No, I'm kidding. But whatever the case, I'm not saying that what I'm going to tell you makes it better. I'm just trying to give you a little bit more of an idea of whether or not you should see this movie. Now, when it goes to going back to the movie theater, I would tell you go to the movie theater because I've missed it. There weren't that many people. It's Saturday morning. I should have gone last night. But whatever the case, I finally was there, saw trailers, smelled the popcorn, heard some commotion. It's great. It's great to be back going to the movie theaters. So now, let's talk about the movie itself. Okay. I'm torn. I'm very, very much conflicted with my concept of this movie. Now, as a movie, the movie is a really good movie. Okay, it is a solid, well-written, well-put-together film that gets its theme and subplots across and does it well as a movie. Let's remember, Marvel is trying to make movies, which means it's supposed to be more universal than just the niche enjoyment of a comic book. But as someone who reads comics, as somebody who is writing his own comic universe, as someone who writes, period, I can understand the anger. I really can. I can understand why people are so pissed. Now, to say this, the reasons behind the anger and the ire, I feel, are completely illegitimate. Now, as somebody who's a stickler to the actual source material, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I can understand the anger. But to make it like this is just a woman empowerment video, movie, and it's all about Me Too and everything, whatever is being said, and you have to understand how corporations work. You have to follow a dynamic. So whatever is being said by the Marvel producers and everything like that, that has nothing to do with this movie. You have to look deep. You have to look deep to find that as what's wrong with this movie. But if you've got a problem with a specific element that I will say is sacrilegious, I can't blame you. I cannot blame you. It has nothing to do, again, with Me Too. In fact, it would be the opposite. This movie's about the opposite of Me Too. It kind of focuses, now again, you could say, well, isn't that something that says something about men? You can say that, and you wouldn't be wrong either. And I can see why that would anger you. But I can't argue if you're a comic book nut, or even just somebody that respects the comic like me, and you've got a problem with one specific thing about this movie. But the movie itself, as a movie, is technically solid and very touching. If you didn't feel anything watching this movie, you're a heartless cunt, and I want nothing to do with you. Because there are emotional parts of this movie, including the end credit scene. So it makes me intrigued as to what they're going to do from here, which is basically what this movie was kind of meant to do. It was kind of meant to get everybody ready for that Phase 4, as Marvel has officially announced it's called Phase 4. It's getting you ready. I don't know where they're going to go because you basically had Thanos, one of the most powerful creatures in your entire universe, with all the stones, making him the biggest threat in the universe. But whatever. We're going to see where they go. I'm intrigued. If you are a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, you're definitely going to like this movie. There's no other way around it. It's one of the top 10 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. If you're a comic fan, you're going to have major problems with it. Because I know I did. So in that sense, probably down here. Like if the top 10, it's probably down here. it's down there. As a comic book fan, it's kind of down there. Yeah, you won me over. You won me over as a movie. But as a comic book guy, I'm not a real comic book fan in the sense I go out and buy comics and I'm all upset. No. But as somebody that respects the source material, Marvel, yeah, in that sense, oh yeah, no, this movie's down there. There's no other way around it. And I read the Black Widow series. I know pretty much all about her modern past. Yeah. You did dirty. You did comic book fans dirty on that one. On this one, couple things. One in particular. But it makes up for it in the overall package as a movie. And I can tell you it's better than some movies that Marvel's made that have gotten praise. Especially 2 Iron Man movies, which I saw again in the Iron Man 2 and 3 were not as bad as I thought they were. But in terms of a movie, yes, I would definitely suggest seeing it, especially if you're not really a fan of the comics and you're just looking at it as movies. But if you went to see a comic book movie and you trust Marvel to do the right thing, there were a couple of key elements in this one that that was wrong. And if you want to know, after seeing the movie, if you're not sure, just ask me in the commentary and I'll tell you. Bad. But, overall package, very enjoyable and very deep. So I would definitely suggest seeing it if you're interested in the cinematic universe, or if you want to just see a good movie, I would definitely suggest seeing it. If you're a comic book fan that's having a problem with where Marvel's going, you're going to have a major problem with it. No doubt about it. Thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come, so stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.